Hello, my name is Adam and welcome to the Teleportal tutorial, where today I'm going to show you how to drive an underwater robot on the Great Barrier Reef in just a few clicks. So let's get started. So first of all, open up your web browser and we're going to head to the webpage teleport.fish. Now we do recommend using Google Chrome as your web browser. Firefox is also supported, but Safari does have some issues occasionally, so we don't recommend using Safari. So once the page is loaded here, the first thing we need to do is to create an account. So we just hit the sign in button and we're going to create a new account on the website. So we just click on sign up and then we enter in an email address and then type in the password that you'd like to use. Now, once you've signed up, you'll see your email is unverified. So head on over to your email account and verify your email address before you move forward. So once you've verified your email address, just refresh the page and that little notice will go away. So the next thing we need to do is we need to buy some credits. So we'll head over to pricing and we'll choose a credit package that suits our budget. The premium package is the one for me. And then all we need to do is fill out your credit card details here, like so, and click pay. So after you've bought some credits, all you need to do is refresh the page. Sometimes you might have to click sign back in, and you'll see your credits are now available to use. Awesome. So let's head over to the robot page. And looks like we have one robot available on the Great Barrier Reef at the moment. We can click on live stream and see a live view of the robot coming from the reef as well. So it's in some shallow water here and we'll head on in and control it in a second. If it is in the night, this screen might be blank. That's because the lights are turned off on the robot when it's not in use. So it's still available to use. If it says available, it's available. But just be aware that this might be black at night if no one's using it. Okay, so we head back to the robot page and we're going to click Control Robot and then we're going to confirm that we'd like to control it. Now it takes about 45 seconds for the software to load in and so you can control the robot. It's best just to stay on this page and not click away to another tab or something like that, just to avoid any glitches or anything like that. So we're just going to wait the 45 seconds until we see the live view of the robot. Here we go. Okay, and so now we're connected to the robot on the Great Barrier Reef. So just before we start, let's just go through a few of the features that we have on this control panel here. First of all, on the left-hand side, we have all the keyboard controls. So it's a nice little handy reference so you can see which button you want to push next. Over on the right-hand side here, we have the compass, which is very important at the start, which I'll tell you in a second. We also have our artificial horizon telling us that we're bouncing around a little bit. And then we have our start button to get us started, and our mode and our speed button as well. Over on this side, we have the map page. So this will show you a map of where the robot is. And we also have a help page, which has got those keyboard controls if you want a bigger picture. Then we have a button here that lets you take a picture and that uploads to the Teleportal gallery. And then we have a console data is here, which is just some information coming from the robot. All right, so the first thing we need to do right from the word go is very important. We need to take note of which direction we are currently facing in. So we're currently kind of northwest at the moment. This is the furthest we can go in this direction because we've floated all the way in this direction. So we want to head the exact opposite way at the start, which would be in a southeasterly direction. So always take note of that before you start to make sure you have lots of tether. Okay, here we go. So what we're going to do is click the start button and you'll see straight away you've got 3 green here. That means we are all ready to go. Everything is working as it should. So the top button disarms and arms the robot. So if you ever get into any trouble, something's gone wrong, something not right, best thing you can do is just disarm the robot. Next one is stabilize. What this is doing is just like a quadcopter drone, it's stabilizing the robot and yaw in pitch, and it keeps your compass heading the entire time as well. So it's very important to keep that on. The other option is manual, but we recommend keeping on stabilized all the time. And then we have the high speed and low speed button. So most of the time you'll be cruising around in high speed. When you get close to the reef and you're interested in something, you might want to change it to low speed so you have a lot more finer control of the robot. All right, enough talking, let's get started. So the first thing you want to do is tilt the camera down as far as you can, which it looks like it already is. If there's bubbles on the screen like you see now, very easy to get rid of them. All you do is just turn around a little bit and they'll disappear. Okay, and so we've turned 180 degrees and now we are going down towards the bottom. And I'm just tilting the camera up a little bit here just to make it a little bit easier to see what we've got coming up in front of us. Okay, so as we head down, I'm keeping an eye on the sonar data up here, making sure that I stop well before that starts having an alarm and causing any issues. Okay, so here we are. So we'll head off in this direction and see what we can find. Now, some of the issues you can encounter when you're driving the robot around are mainly to do with the connection, the internet connection. Because it is out at sea, these things can vary from time to time. Maybe a big storm is in between the boat and the shore. And so sometimes it can just get a little bit glitchy. If it does, what you want to do is take your hands off the keys and stop moving and just wait for the vision to catch back up. If it drops out for any significant amount of time, you will see the robot disarm itself and maybe say data link failed. You've got two options. You can either just wait 15 seconds and it'll come back online, or you can hit the end session button and come back and try again. Okay, so we're cruising around the reef here, seeing what we can find. There's a few fishies around. So the next thing I want to show you is the obstacle avoidance software. So you have a forward-facing sonar, and if that sonar gets too close to the coral, it will engage the obstacle avoidance system. And at some stage, this is going to happen to you. It happens to everyone. So I'll just head over here and we'll do a quick little demonstration for you. So we're a bit close to the coral here, and as soon as we get a little bit too close, the sonar reading will go orange. And this warning sonar, that means we're a little bit too close. And if we were to go even closer, which we shouldn't, of course, what will happen, it gets below a meter, and obstacle avoidance is engaged. So what that does is just disarms the robot, and the robot will start to float away from the coral. Once it's far enough away from the coral, you can just hit any key and you're back in control and off you go. Easy as that. Okay. Another really good thing that you should be doing when you're driving is taking lots of pictures. So we have a photo competition at the moment, so you can win prizes and lots of free credits if you take a pretty picture. So say here there's lots of fishies, this is quite a nice little scene, I'm going to take a picture. So all I've got to do is click the take picture button, and that will take a picture of the screen, and it'll be available on the Teleportal website where you can go view it later on. Easy as that. Last but not least, when you're cruising along, you may find that for some reason you can't seem to go in the direction you want to go anymore. And the robot has a 100-meter tether, but it only takes a minute or two driving in one direction to get to the end of that tether. So if you find that you're driving along and you can't seem to go where you want to go, what you should do is check your tether. So just tilt the camera all the way up and then spin the robot around until you can see your tether. So there it is there. So I know that if I head in that direction now, I will have heaps and heaps of tether, and I'll make sure that I'll be able to drive where I want to drive. So once I've gone for an explore around and I've had enough of my session today, how you end your session is really up to you, but this is what I recommend. I recommend that you press up and you head up towards the surface, just making sure there's nothing in your way. And we're going to just place the robot on the surface like so. And then we're going to hit the disarm button. And so it's disarmed. And then we're going to hit the end session button. There we go. And then we're going to head over to the gallery where we're going to check out all the beautiful images that we captured. After your session, the robot takes about 5 minutes to just reset itself, so it'll say in use, and then it'll click over to available when it's ready to have another go. So ladies and gentlemen, you're all ready to go there. I hope you have a wonderful time diving on the Great Barrier Reef, and happy diving.